I don't classify this as a Die Hard movie.
Why? Welcome to another episode of Neon Radio. I'm Reece.
And I'm Dan.
And this week, we're reviewing Die Hard 4, Live Free or Die Hard. Die Hard 4.0. Will this movie ever have just one name?
I'm just waiting for you to end.
Again roped into a bad situation, John McClane must join forces with computer hacker Matt Farrell to take down master cyber terrorist Thomas Gabriel.
Action.
We just action. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I liked it.
Where was this going?
I don't know.
It's definitely like one of the best of the Die Hard series. This is an underrated film. It's super underrated.
And it is a very forgettable movie.
It definitely is. It's weird.
I completely forgot about it. Yeah, it's chaotic, but it's creative. Like very like the
action sequences.
Yeah, the choreography.
Super creative.
Like, it's so damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's some of the most enjoyable action I've seen in a very long time. And it's because it sits between like these movies could have been boring. Like it could have been a super boring action film. But they do things with the action where you're just like, you know what? And they do it practically.
Yeah, man. A lot of explosions. It's very Nolan-esque.
Yeah, pretty much in a way.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
this is the closest type of, in that sense of realistic action moments.
Yeah.
And let's face it, the film, by the end of the film, does start to get into Fast and the Furious 5 territory.
Oh, yes.
It starts to do things that they're putting John McClane in scenarios that make no goddamn sense.
But it's still not a Fast and Furious, though.
No, it's not. It's still enough to feel like it's believable enough.
Yeah, it's fun.
That it's fun, yeah. And also, like, you know, the use of practical effects is just such a good subversion for it.
There's like explosions every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give a little bit. There's a helicopter following John McClane, and instead of shooting back, he drives over a fire hydrant and takes out the gunner because the water shoots up into the helicopter. That's genius.
Man, when that happened, I'm like, damn, that was pretty damn smart.
A cool idea.
Yeah.
And it's a creative way to have an action sequence.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
And there should be more of that. That's the problem with a lot of action films these days.
Yeah.
It's just a pick up the gun, shoot, instead of let's throw the gun in the air and do 7 twirls and then shoot, which I'm more intrigued with. Yeah.
And another thing that was good, I think, was the chemistry between Justin Long, Bruce Willis, and look, I enjoyed the Kevin Smith cameo in there.
I mean, yeah, like I found the Kevin Smith cameo a little bit out of place, but he's fun. I like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, but
I've always liked Kevin
there was
Smith.
tension in there too.
There was.
You could tell, and there's an off-screen fight.
Kevin Smith and Bruce Willis don't get along at all.
Have they made up yet?
No. I don't think they'll ever make up. No. I think now Kevin Smith looks back and goes, yeah, I was kind of to blame as well. He does acknowledge that, but I don't think they will ever make up as
but I could definitely
in any way
sense that.
They're two very different people.
But I liked it. And the Warlock name, I like the Warlock name. It's pretty cool.
Justin Long's great in it as well.
Yeah, and I miss seeing him.
Yeah, I know. He's in nothing now. And he was fantastic. He was in Waiting years ago with Ryan Reynolds. I mean, things like that. They were good movies. And he has very good comedic timing, even though in this movie, it's cheesy. It's super cheesy. And they're running off the whole... He's a hacker in it. They're running off the whole, like, he's a Mountain Dew Dorito eating.
Yeah, needs sugar.
You know, you know, he scraped his knee, has asthma. Like, they're doing a very, like, generic style of like that. But
I didn't like that. But
he's not a loser.
He's not. Nah. He's got morals.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I thought it was a cool character, and I wanted to see more of him.
Yeah. And between him and McClane, their back and forths are, like, learning about... why one's a hero and why one is, you know, trying to be a better person.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really like that dynamic.
Yeah, that was good.
Liked it.
His daughter was great.
Yeah.
I didn't like Tim Oliphant. He's too pretty boy for this type of role.
I really liked Tim Oliphant.
I don't know. There's something else. It's like, oh man, I just don't like.
I can see the reasoning behind it. He comes off 2D, as you say.
Yeah.
But I find that in this, his calmness as a villain is more terrifying to me than anything else. And I like how he uses his goons in a way where he almost like uses them like pawns, where he's like, do this for me. And then he jumps in as an intelligent guy to be like, this is what has to be done. Yeah. I like that for Tim Oliphant, but I really like Tim Oliphant as well. I think he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
You're not really into... Nah. He reminds you of Dumal.
Dumal, yeah. Josh.
And for me, same. He reminds me of Josh Dumal.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah,
looking, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I'm going to say this, because this is what annoys me about these Die Hard movies. I don't classify this as a Die Hard movie.
Why?
Because it's just not. I see Die Hard as McClane in a building.
Location.
Taking on 5 or 6 goons.
Do you classify Die Hard with a Vengeance as a Die Hard film?
No.
Oh, really?
No, I don't. Because I know there's moments in it where they call back on the first one. Like, the brother's a villain and all that stuff.
Well, there's even quotes.
Yeah, it's all through.
Like, get together, have a few laughs. They did that again before the car scene and the helicopter.
But yeah, this movie, the way I'm reviewing it, it's like it's a standalone movie.
Right.
And I think going forward, they should just make them standalone movies.
Yeah.
Because it's lost its Christmas polish.
Yeah, this one's 4th of July.
Yeah. And yeah, that's to me that they just ruined that. And they got to get rid of the FBI, because in this movie,
every time they're in it,
it's true. Seriously, you could cut out 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
True. I mean,
you did not need them.
They really don't need to keep converting back to the FBI all the time.
Yeah,
it's super unnecessary.
Yeah, they're totally not required. If you cut this movie as it is without the FBI scenes, it'll still work.
It's just trying to have a break. But the thing is, the break would be really cool if they went back to the villain.
Yeah,
bring it back to the villain. Show me Timothy Oliphant's backstory instead of telling me.
That would have been better.
The character's backstory. Yeah. Things like that is what I think. But I do classify this as a Die Hard film. I think it gives enough callbacks to be a Die Hard film, and you know what? It gives the best yippee-ki-yay to me in maybe the whole franchise.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I really enjoyed it. So that type of thing.
The self-inflicting yippee-ki-yay.
Oh, so good. It's so good. It's just so badass. Like, it's just he's the closest actor we have pretty much maybe alive that is like close to like a Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. I was just going to say, he reminds me a bit like Deadpool.
A little bit of Deadpool was way more like reserved. Yeah. Like super reserved.
But he just downplayed it. Like, don't tell him I did that.
Yeah, he has that moment of yeah. But I really think I personally think it's a decent Die Hard film. But each their own on that front. I can see how it looks like a generic action film 101. That's good. Yeah,
because to me, Die Hard 1 it's Die Hard.
It's very contained.
It's very you just know it's a iconic movie.
Yeah, and so, honestly, 2 is very contained as well. It is mainly just an airport,
but it's repetitive.
It's super repetitive.
And I think that's why they've gone 3, they've changed it, 4, they've changed it again.
Yeah,
they're pulling further away
from it.
And that's why I'm just saying, look, it's not Die Hard anymore.
Also, I want to say that by this point in time, John McClane should be a national hero, like a national treasure.
Yes.
Like, I cannot believe that no one knows who John McClane is in these movies.
Yeah, it's like he said,
he
should be working for the Secret Service with
the president or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Replace Gerard Butler with Bruce Willis.
I would watch it for sure.
Yeah.
Your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Like I said, to me, it's not a Die Hard movie anymore. In its own right, it's an awesome action movie with amazing set pieces. It's like a video game. You're running through, bang, things just falling into place.
Yeah.
I have issues with some of the cast members. Tim Oliphant, the FBI. But yeah, I think Justin Long's awesome. I really miss that guy.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is, Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's good in all of them.
Yeah.
Like, as Bruce Willis and McClane is good in all of them.
Yeah, he's good. But other than that, it's a great movie. If you love action, If you love explosions, if there's kung fu in it as well.
Yeah.
I think you'd actually enjoy this movie. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I was super surprised with this. I always thought that this was the underdog film, but I didn't go into it thinking, oh my God, this is actually really better than I expected. And chops to Len Wiseman on this, you know, like he did a really good job directing this film, and he did some really creative action with John McClane. He took him to places that are pretty crazy, but I'm fine with. Like, I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go there now. We've already run around the city being told what Simon says, so why not, you know, throw him on a jet?
Literally.
Yeah, literally. So, I mean, I enjoyed this even more than Vengeance. So I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. This was fun.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out Neon Radio Podcasts for more in-depth, spoil-filled reviews. We go full in-depth and really get into the nitty-gritty of these films, and also give you lots of facts about the films and interesting little behind-the-scenes pieces.
Follow us on Neon Radio Reviews on Instagram and Facebook. And if you want us to review a movie, just send us a DM. We'll happily munch through it.
Yep.
And pick through it and even get some facts for you.
Yeah. And thank you for watching this week.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother.